Okay, so I know I haven't recorded a video like this in a while, but it's times like this when you don't feel inspired to record anything that you just gotta record and pick up the camera. I woke up and I didn't really have a plan for the day. I made the fatal mistake of not planning my day the night before, which has led me to this kind of weird feeling where I woke up at 4:25 and I just didn't know what to do. Yeah, I did my morning routine. I did my I drank my half liter of electrolyte water, and then I went on, actually no, I did my push-ups first, and then I went on a little walk with my dog. I usually do a run, but my dog really wanted to go, so I just went and walked my dog instead. But that's kind of besides the point. The point is that I did my morning routine, but that morning routine is usually set into place as kind of a preparation for any task at hand, any task that you've been given or have planned to do throughout the day. It's kind of to prepare you physically and mentally for that task. But I don't really have a task. Well, I'm kind of giving myself a task right now, which is actually recording this video. But other than that, it's not really, I don't really have anything planned. I know I have to do some posts, maybe a story post. It's kind of weird because this is why it's so kind of tricky sometimes. Because, I literally have no plan for the day. And, boredom is the devil's playground. So, getting bored is really kind of a trap in some sense, in some way or the other. So, be careful. Be careful. I had to be careful. Be careful about getting bored. Don't get too bored. Yes, it's good if you're bored. Allow yourself to be bored. Don't try to stimulate yourself with other things. Don't allow yourself to do that, Use that boredom and just sit in it. And just start thinking. Think. Because when you're bored, that's when ideas usually flourish. That's when you kind of give your brain or allow your brain to kind of think. Think, essentially. Because you're not occupied with all these other, tasks. Your mind isn't cluttered with all these just thoughts firing in your head. It's mainly just you and yourself. But then there's also another side to it where boredom can lead to you, getting distracted and losing focus or losing sight of your goals, which is kind of the negative aspect of it. And when you're bored, your brain, because back in caveman times, we were rarely bored. We always had something. We always had to fight for our survival. So whenever we're bored in modern times, because in modern times we're way too comfortable living in our homes, we never have to think about what are we gonna eat for our next meal, where are we gonna sleep. We have our home, we're comfortable. So boredom comes kind of naturally, if that makes sense. Boredom is way more frequent, you could say. And our kind of instinct or our kind of biology, I don't know how to fucking say it, but our kind of instinct isn't, or our brains aren't wired to be bored. Our brains are more wired to constantly be on the chase, or constantly be seeking one thing or the other. So when you're bored, you're like the alarm signals in your brain just start going off and saying, you have nothing to do, you have no purpose. You have no purpose and you need to find a purpose. So therefore your brain starts trying to like stimulate itself by seeking out all these like different distractions. And that could be in the form of short-term gratification. That could be, opening up that tab and, doing the deed. That could be, drinking alcohol. That could be all these bad habits come flowing back simply because you were bored. Simply because you didn't know what to do. Simply because you didn't have a purpose. So that is why it is so essential that you have a plan. Before you go to sleep every night, if you have a notebook or something, or a piece of paper, which I know you do, so there's no excuse, write down what you need to get done the next day, so you know exactly what you need to do. And as soon as you wake up, you're ready to attack the day without any doubt, doubt. So, yes, sometimes it's okay to be bored, but don't let the boredom cause you to get distracted. Like, don't let the boredom try to make you seek out other things, like other forms of short-term gratification. Like, don't let boredom do that. Leverage boredom. When you're bored, think. When you're bored, read. Replace those bad habits with good habits when you're bored. When you're bored, pick up a book. When you're bored, I don't know, do something. Go on a walk. Get out. Don't fall back into this cycle of despair. Don't fall back into that. Because that's basically what's going to lead you back to where you started, which you preferably don't want to. So, yeah. That was today's message. Because I was bored myself, so I had to occupy my time with something. I had to, work on something. So, I'm also guilty of this, honestly. But I acknowledge the fact that I'm not perfect. Yet I still strive to be perfect. You may never reach perfection, but eventually you're gonna, if you do strive enough towards perfection, you're at least gonna achieve excellence. Although it might not be perfect, it's still gonna be excellent. It's still gonna be better than 99.99% of people and what they're doing, because that's nowhere near perfect. So yeah, that was kind of today's message. So keep grinding out there, guys, and you will make it. There's no doubt about it. You cannot have doubt. You will make it. All right, peace.